Thanks, Gigi. And I hate that feeling of packing for a trip and feeling like you've forgotten something, especially now, trying to remember masks, hand sanitizers, gloves. Add one more thing to that list, a valid ID.
We want to remind passengers or anyone that's getting ready to travel as the numbers are starting to pick up. We want to remind them that they need to have that Real ID compliant license or other acceptable form of ID.
Real ID rollout is underway in the Commonwealth, and come October 1st, if you don't have one or another acceptable form of ID, you aren't flying.
When you come to the checkpoint now, if you have one of the older licenses, the officer that is working at the ticket and document checker will inform you that you need to have the Real ID or other compliant ID at that date. So you'll get that reminder when you're coming through.
Kentucky has 15 driver's license offices across the state where you can get a Real ID. Most were closed for a big chunk of time during the COVID-19 pandemic. Right now, it's encouraged to get an appointment to get one made, even if the date of enforcement happens to get bumped again.
Everything that we're doing at this point, we're planning to see that enforcement date be enacted on October 1st, but we know that there's always the possibility that can change. So as always, we encourage all the citizens of the Commonwealth to be prepared for that date.
Officials say surrounding states have similar document requirements and encourage all travelers to make a plan.